sheeple, lazy and evil. For years I've watched y'all allow Donald Trump turn you to crazy people. Where's that freedom eagle when you...
Welcome to 3 Count Commentaries. Now, we could do this the short way or we can do it the long way. I think I'm going to have to make a decision, but I will make that decision at some point during this video. So today we're going to be talking about Matt Cardona making fun of Naomi and Sasha Banks, and then CM Punk putting on the armor to stand up for Milady and want to defend his friends, and they both got roasted for it. By the way, nobody walked away unscathed from this. Okay, Matt Cardona said something stupid. He shouldn't even. It was stupid, funny but stupid. Then CM Punk came in, and then CM Punk got roasted, especially for turning off the comments. So what exactly did Matt Cardona say? So we're gonna do this one at a time. We're gonna do what Matt Cardona said. Then we're gonna do people roasting Matt Cardona. And then we're going to do CM Punk responding to Matt Cardona. And then we're going to do people roasting CM Punk. How about that? All right, so let's see. Matt Cardona tweeted out, "If I could go back in time, the night I was pushed off the stage in a wheelchair on Raw, I would have walked into Johnny Daisy's office, placed my neck brace on the table, and walked out because I wasn't respected enough as the internet champion." So at this point, Matt Cardona got attacked by everybody saying, quote, "Mind you, this is a 40-year-old man who plays with toys and wonder why his career is in shambles. 90% of his fan base contain white men and majority of them still live with their parents. Don't speak on my sisters just mad cause they doing what your wife couldn't." That comment got 500 likes, 564. Somebody says, "I mean, you really weren't. Your booking was a joke. Sasha and Naomi are way bigger than you." This Carmine Sabia, I feel like I know who this fucking guy is. He tells everybody how over Zack Ryder was, which is true. Zack Ryder was being chanted over the Rock promo. The Rock was in the ring. People were chanting, "Woo, woo, woo, we want Ryder." That's never happened for Sasha. I'm just saying. Somebody says, "It's crazy because you probably got every Sasha Banks and Naomi action figure lined up at your house," which is probably true. Another one, "You never made it in WWE, so you went on to gain participation trophies in other companies because you don't and never had it. Don't ever come for Sasha Banks' name when you can't even match a portion of her talent." Ooh, not even a portion? How about a niblet? Can he match a niblet of her talent? Somebody says, "Hilarious that you add up the collective followers of everyone who has commented, myself included, as well as our bank accounts. They're both a fraction compared to the nobody who never was over." Yeah, Matt Cardona probably made a lot of money. He was in WWE for a long time. Very, very long time. Somebody says, "You do realize you never have been, aren't, and never will be on Sasha's level in any capacity, right? She has the right to question her booking. You never had that type of leverage." That is, it's not wrong. It ain't wrong, but come on. Zack Ryder was a young boy. Come on, cut up some slack. These people are so mad. It's so dumb. Why would you let him get you under your skin like this? This unironically, yes, you were mistreated. You did deserve better, just like Sasha and Naomi are being mistreated and deserve better. This is not the zing that you think it is. Somebody says, "I've seen this before, but as a newer WWE fan, what's the full context with Matt not getting treated well? Just wanting to understand better." Oh, well. You're about to embark on one hell of a journey. If you want to know what's going on with Zack Ryder, good luck. I salute thee in your adventures in Fuckville. Okay, you're about to go way off base because some people are still very delusional about the Zack Ryder thing. I'm sorry, you're delusional. Okay. Somebody's giving her the story. I'm not interested. Somebody says, "It's the fact that everyone on here and yourself are butting in women's business. If you don't support the movement, cool. But keep your comments to yourself. Tell this to your wife and to see how she would feel as a female wrestler who went unnoticed in her time in WWE. Well, maybe because Chelsea Green just ain't that good. Maybe Chelsea Green just ain't that good. So, Matt, why would you do this, Matt? Says, oh, brother, your mid-ass has no room to even talk, you fucking clown. The only thing I remember you from in your career, I guess this moment because you tweeted it. I said, you're quickly letting me know why you got pushed off the stage. That's great. Good to see you don't respect your contemporaries. Go play with some toys, loser. Wait a minute. He's not contemporaries with these people. He was on the roster long before Sasha Banks was signed. I think Matt Cardona was on the roster in 2007. Wasn't he 2008 or something like that? 2010 at least. And Sasha wasn't signed until like 2011 or something like that. So he was on. Seriously, he is her elder in this type of situation as far as WWE is concerned. He hasn't been gone that long. He's only been gone for like a year or so. Somebody says, dude is mad that black women did what his bitch ass couldn't do. Well, I don't know. Shut it down, Rat Cardona. Rat Cardona. Sasha Banks has main event at WrestleMania. The only thing your main event is main event. Please sit this out. Oh, God. Oh, he threw this smoke bomb out there. Baby, I love it. This guy has got these people so turned up. They standing on their head, kicking the walls. It's crazy. Your old tag team partner had a losing streak that was more over than you. Oof. You were Zack Ryder, the jobber. This is the Sasha Banks. Clear difference. The Sasha Banks. The capital THE with the neck roll, extra long fingers, and the popping of the hands. And I should be clapping right now. The Sasha Banks. Okay. Spineless bootlicking like this explains why they never truly respected him and treated him like a jobber for 99% of his WWE career. Yikes. Mid-Carda for life. Mid-Cardona. Somebody watched TNA. Or Impact or whatever. Somebody says, the catering was just too damn good to quit. Oh, shit. So I mean, I wouldn't make this joke if I lost the IC title in one day. Oh, yeah, that's a deep cut right there. I forgot he was the Intercontinental Champion. Naomi and Sasha Banks have both held championships at the top of their division multiple times in the biggest company in the world. The Internet Championship is something you made up and paid for to have something to do while you sat at home, not on TV. Sit this one out, clown, with the clown emojis, clown emoji. The saddest part about you, though, you just like these women. You are authentically got over on your own. You always made whatever they handed at you work. Just like these women you're shading. Had you had the balls they have, it wouldn't have taken a release for you to be a star. I am begging all white men to shut the fuck up when it comes to black women. This is why fans are so comfortable being racist pieces of shit towards them on here. Jesus Christ. Oh, yes, I saw the Billy Body thing, too, by the way. Oh, Billy Body was completely out of line. Not saying that he was being a racist. I don't want to go into it, but he basically says that if Sasha Banks and Naomi were white, they'd have been fired. That was essentially his take. And then he said some stuff about how they look, about, Sasha Banks has tits like a 12-year-old boy or something like that. And he called her bald and some other shit. He was just real personal with Sasha. I don't want to, it's kind of ugly, but I think a lot of people try to throw him under the bus for being a racist, swerve and say that he was a racist. This video could just become people said things about Sasha Banks and Naomi and then got attacked on Twitter, and I'll be here all goddamn day. So I'm just going to pick these two guys and we're just going to watch them two get roasted. How about that? So another one, like, why would you tweet this? Don't you got something to do? Like go bleed all over some sheets in a Disney resort? He did do that after he got carved up at GCW. He did do it. He bled all over a hotel room after his match in GCW. That was real shit, though. That was very bad. He shouldn't have done that. He is working these people. That's why it's so funny. They work the fuck up. You and Chelsea always make every situation about your irrelevant asses. I speak for everybody when I say shut the fuck up. The engagement. I bet he's licking his chops laughing. The engagement. This is one of the dumbest things you've ever tweeted. What possessed you to wake up and decide, yeah, this is what I'm going to tweet? I hope people think twice about booking you and may your pockets suffer. Come on. Come on. Are you serious? You want him to lose money because he made fun of Sasha Banks and Naomi? This is the kind of extreme horse shit that we have to deal with here. Come on. It's jokes. It's just jokes, man. We bantering here. We bantering here. You know, we messing around here. Come on. Woo, woo, woo. You know it was copyrighted by the WWE, so his catchphrase is now wah, wah, wah. That was in all caps. Wah, wah, wah. You know he tweeted this wearing a Hulkamania shirt. Now Matt Cardona is a racist now. Matt Cardona is a racist now. Oh, God. I said, you see how these people only come out and make jokes like this when it comes to black women? My sisters. Oh, goodness. Go fix your girl's broken wrist for the 100th time and stay out of black women's business. Black women. Black women, capital B, capital W. Again with the nails and the neck rolling, okay? Black women business. Difference being Sasha Banks walks away into Marvel Studios and the Kevin Hart show, not a lockup garage with Super Gabby holding a large knife. I wish I would. Who the fuck is Super Gabby? Who is that? I have no idea who that is. And somebody says, and didn't you have a tantrum on Twitter because that ugly belt didn't make it in the WWE Championship history book made by some random author? Please grow up. Oh, yeah, he did. He did catch feelings about that. That was pretty dumb. It says, let me guess. This would be considered heel heat. Va Fangul, you dope. Va Fangul. Is that Italian? Is that German? Does he not remember that no one cared when he left? Because he is an irrelevant trash bag. Just say you're a crying baby that needs attention. Shut the fuck up, please. Somebody says, that's why you in your 30s and working alley cash to pay the bills. Oh. Come on. Why alley catching this? God. Catching the stray bullets. Dr. Umar. Bruh, please go play with the wrestling figures you somebody says, here's the attention you ordered. They're in the attention business. Don't you play with toys and you're like 40? Also hope Chelsea didn't break her wrist typing this up for you. The amount of stray bullets being tossed in this situation, and of course Chelsea's catching a lot of them. But Chelsea is easy to tear up. She sucks. What an elite self-owned this is. That's true. Quote, I ate shit and loved it. Why can't they? Dude who left because he eventually got tired of the taste of shit. No, he left because he got fired. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. He got cut. You said you literally got buried during this time because you got over on your own. Maybe if you had a set, you wouldn't have been looking so stupid. These people are defensive. They're very defensive. I cannot wait to get to the CM Punk part because CM Punk got railed too. And this is funny. Now, this is funny, because Matt Cardona is getting it. All right. This has been going on for like an hour before I even saw it. Maybe 6 or 7 hours. No, it's 6 or 7 hours. This has been going on for a full work day before I even saw it. So they've been giving this guy the business for several hours. You should have. It would have saved us a fuck ton of time skipping through your matches. Ooh wee. He should have went to TNA. He could have been TNA World Champion 100 times over by But they fired you and asked you if they could use your pool for free right after. I wouldn't be making fun of someone who actually using their legacy when you gave off such soft vibes during your time there. Soft vibes. Soft. Oh, somebody is adding the Usos. Uh-oh. You trying to get them beat up? Is this a hit? Is that relational aggression I was talking about? No. Hold on. Ellipses. No. Matt. Ellipses. I like you very, very much. I adore what you're doing in the business right now, which is why I'm putting this next sentiment very nicely, very calmly for you. I implore you, as a black fan, as a black man, don't make me hate you. That's the comment. That's the comment. Don't make me hate you. Because that vagina, skin color, that means that they're right. And I haven't even gone into, again, we still don't know what happened. There's been some people have talked about some things that occurred. We're going to talk about that some other time. Right now, we're doing a smart tears about people being very upset at Matt Cardona and then also being very upset at CM Punk. And since I can't do two separate videos, we're just going to do one gigantic, everybody's mad at CM Punk and Matt Cardona. All right. So it says, hold on. This is incredible. Wow, 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 wow. Ellipses. This was very distasteful. Not only your privilege, but the exact reason why they walked out is exuded in this very tweet. Women's division deserves more respect / attention. Okay? We deserve mo. We deserve mo. Bruh, you weren't even a real champion. He was. He was an Intercontinental champion. He's also a United States champion. He's also a tag team champion. He won everything except the big one. No wonder OTT booked this bootlicker. OTT, I guess that's over the top. They still exist. They still a thing? Oh, I didn't know that. Gotta love when mediocre white men feel the need to speak about things that don't concern them. Dude, you have walked out. They were doing everything they possibly could to try to demean you. You should have walked out. Should have left. Should have quit your job. And then you wouldn't have that nice pool that they want to use. Another one. I don't know why your 40-year-old ass always has to come out of the woodworks and speak on situations with nothing good to say ever. You're a bitter, washed up rat. Damn, they mad at this guy. Now we're going to cross over to CM Punk because I've seen CM Punk's comment. If you go back in time to stand up for yourself, you should stand up for the workers now. Because, I'm CM Punk and I stand up for people. Because that's what we do. We're the good guys here. And then the very first comment, listen, dickbag, contrary to your delusional fantasies, no one died for you and made you patron saint of the unappreciated worker, especially with the way you treat your current co-workers. So please shut the fuck up. CM Punk and Matt Cardona. Crazy. Still waiting on CM Punk and Bryan Danielson to use their unprecedented leverage as AEW's top stars to help form a union. Good luck. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. It says he should have left for 7 years and then came back to ruin AEW instead. Oh shit. How many how many dork odor jobbers you gonna put over, beat clean on your way to a fake championship match? You piece of shit. Oh, somebody says, why don't you go back in time and enable the comments? He prevented people from making comments, so they tearing his ass up in the quote tweets, but they tearing his ass up. Oh, like helping Colt Cabana with his legal fees? Uh-oh, we're on that. Maybe Matt Cardona should have taken 7 years off to think about it. Matt Cardona has done nothing but succeed in his life outside of WWE. Oh, boy. That's true. He has succeeded quite a bit. Matt Cardona has done a great job outside of WWE. He's been really good. You wouldn't even help your best friend pay off the legal bills he incurred as a result of giving you the forum to spend hours and hours bitching after you said you would. What did you do to stand up for workers? Going home for 7 years and then returning for another billionaire's money has done so much to help your fellow workers, huh? If complaining and insulting people on social media help the workers, then you'd be number one, pal. They giving CM Punk the business. All he doing is white knighting, and he getting tore up. This is hilarious. Where was this energy for Big Swole, though? Don't remember you saying a peep. Uh-oh. That is true. Okay. This coming from a guy who cut contact from anybody at all associated with WWE in 2014 and walked out of WWE for reasons only related to himself. Also, this coming from the guy who said nothing when Tony Khan called Big Swole a bad wrestler and promoted Rampage in the same tweet. #fraud. Dunk on that bitch. I don't like CM Punk anyway, but this is crazy. Did you stand up for Big Swole? Somebody asked him. Somebody says, now you opening your big mouth right after Big Swole left AEW to stand up for herself. PMA that shit up your ass, Phil. PMA. I don't know what that means. Didn't you shut up when Swole was having her issues? True. You all might not like CM Punk, but you have to be honest. He didn't lie in this tweet. He didn't lie. Just stand up for the fans, guys. Somebody says, how are those health benefits in AEW coming along, Phil? Is this Brad Shepard? Yeah, it is the Brad Shepard. I try to avoid wrestling journalists, but sometimes they slip in. So this coming from a guy who cut all associated with WWE in 2014, plus walked out on WWE for reasons only for himself. This seems like the same comment that, somebody else already made. Shouldn't throw stones in a glass house, Phil. Somebody says, oh boy. Funny how you have something to say about everything. This is true. So I wish you had that same energy when it came to standing up for Big Swole. Says he already made it about himself. He doesn't know what else to do. Wow. Some people are trying to defend CM Punk because they don't like Matt Cardona's comment. That's the thing that makes this so funny, is because there are some people laughing at what Matt Cardona said because it was just him being silly. He meant no disrespect, I believe. I just think he was fucking around. He's outside of the company. He's trying to do something to keep his name relevant. CM Punk is trying to, stand on a soapbox and be that guy, the fist and everything. But, Dax Harwood and he supports Sasha Banks and all them. Okay, that's cool. I understand why people would do that. WWE has shit creative. I mean, they do. I understand why you would sign up and throw all your full weight behind Sasha Banks and Naomi, but until I know for certain what they were asked to do, I'm talking for certain. Not what PW Insider said, that, they were each going to get title matches and lose, which to me doesn't sound like a bad thing, because they could have took that extra time that they were doing single stuff to build up another tag team for them to wrestle. Or put Ronda and Bianca together as a tag team and had, them beat them in a tag team match. That could have been fun too. We don't know. But ultimately, until we know, usually coming from them, what was actually going to happen, I can't say anything more than what I've already said on the subject. Somebody says, if I didn't know, I think CM Punk was drunk. He's drunk tweeting. Drunk tweeting, Phil. If CM Punk could go back in time, I feel he would have never stepped in a UFC cage. CM Punk, you had 7 years to do that, but instead you complained, wrote a barely passable Drax book, and gained an 0-2 record in MMA. Before you take a dump on anyone, look in the mirror. I wish I could have read his Drax book. I really should have. Wish I would have read that book. I wonder if it's any good. So it says, if only you had this same energy for Big Swole and Leo Rush. Ooh, I forgot about Leo Rush. I forgot about him. Somebody says, if you could go back in time, change anything, you would still never headline WrestleMania. The CM Punk John Laurinaitis rivalry will never end. Yes, I think that's why he's involved at this, is that the name John Laurinaitis popped up. And now CM Punk is like, that part is Laurinaitis, it's his fault. People power is still, he still has, nightmares and daydreams about people power. It's just like, it gives him like these hard headaches in the front of his skull. But all the haters just became fans in like 10 minutes. He's so powerful. Okay. What are your thoughts about Tony Khan insulting Big Swole publicly and then never apologizing despite the backlash? That's like, you should put the microphone up to his lips. Like, what are your thoughts on the Big Swole Leo Rush thing? Leo Rush did kind of get fired for standing up for Big Swole. What was your opinion of that, CM Punk? You're going to get no response. No, please do not go back in time. If you think you represented the workers in the past at WWE, yes, WWE acknowledged that. Then please do not go back in time. Besides, what the hell do you do for the young talent now? You bury them. I don't know if CM Punk buried anybody. He beat a couple of people. Maybe he beat some people he shouldn't have beat, but not many. He ain't go out there and wipe his feet on Ricky Starks or nothing like that. I'm defending CM Punk. I shouldn't do that. The biggest financial flop looking for attention. Yes, I forgot. Eric Bischoff says that CM Punk is one of the biggest financial flops in the history of the business or something like that. That's crazy. That's insane. Is it true? I don't know. Is it true? I don't know. Is it true? I don't know. But I can tell you, depends on what Tony Khan was looking for. What was Tony Khan expecting? Now, the pay-per-view buy rates, I believe, has increased with CM Punk being there. Therefore, he is a draw. He's, bringing in extra money. His feud with MJF increased viewership when he was feuding with MJF. Things have kind of gone the other way since he's not feuding with MJF anymore. But is he the biggest financial flop in history? I think if you compare it to the expectations, yes. I think if you look at the expectations, yes, but maybe Hogan and TNA probably will be a bigger one. TNA had quite a few big financial flops. Tito Ortiz being one, Rampage Jackson being one. Were they as expensive as CM Punk? Probably not, but they were huge flops for TNA, and they embarrassed TNA too, if we're being honest. Somebody says the CM stands for Communist Manifesto Punk. Communist Manifesto. Oh God. Wow. It says knight in shining armor, Phil in all of his glory, back at it again. Wonder if he's standing up for the workers in AEW now. Somebody just called him Comrade Punk, and I'm pretty sure they did so lovingly, because that's the kind of world we live in now, where all the people who starved under communism is that didn't happen because they didn't read about it in their history books. Maybe they need to really figure out what happened in Poland and Ukraine back in the day. If you want to have Ukrainian flags all over the place, maybe you ought to do a little research about what happened back there. I mean, the Holodomor should be as well known as slavery and the Holocaust, but it's not. But it should be. It should be. I don't want to close on that, though. Somebody says, you said nothing about Big Swole and your wife hired a racist to be the face of her wrestling promotion. Tessa Blanchard. That's a Tessa Blanchard drop. Tessa Blanchard's already gone from women's wrestling due to her having a really bad attitude. I mean, Tessa Blanchard has put Swiss cheese in her own reputation. WOW was like her last chance to really make something of herself in the wrestling business. It's not like WOW would have been huge anyway, but the fact that she got ousted before the first tapings even finished seems like absolutely insane. Like, how do you get fired from a low-level job like WOW with Women of Wrestling before the first tapings? And you were supposed to be the star of the show and you get ousted that fast. How much of a piece of shit do you have to be? CM Junk says The Miz is a bad person for performing in Saudi Arabia, but says nothing when his buddies do it. Stick up for the workers, unless it's Big Swole. Daddy Tony Khan is great. Punk is nothing but a virtue signaling hypocrite. I'll go a step further. When Punk's old friend Kofi was bullied and backstabbed by Randy Orton, where was CM Punk then? Why didn't he stand up for Kofi back then? And when Kofi won the title, CM Punk said it was a long time coming or something like that. I had never seen him or heard him say anything about Kofi Kingston being a world champion or should have been pushed or that Randy Orton was a piece of shit or anything like that. During that entire time, and we know that, Kofi kind of got, the shit kicked out of him because of Randy. We know that, but people are reminding CM Punk that he didn't do a good job of standing up for people, It is what it is. Both of these dudes got roasted. Mr. Voice of the Voiceless, you should be at that someone. But considering your comments are always off, you can never own up to your own hypocrisy. Stay classy and a bitch. CM Punk. All right. Question. When has CM Punk stood up for the workers? The whole riff with WWE was over what he wanted. People just use him as a symbol for workers standing up to WWE when in reality, he did jack for anyone but himself. That is true, and that is true of most people who talk all this union shit and all this workers need to come together and all that shit. It's usually for themselves. They just want more power, more of this, more of that, or whatever. Cash and creative, as JR likes to put it. All right. So we did this the long way. We're not going to do an hour on this one. We're just going to do a good 30 minutes because I got to do another video on NXT. So like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you had fun. I'll talk to you guys later, man. Peace out.
MagMongoSlade. Best house I ever drew, Daddy.